Hi, my name is Priya. I'm a manifestation coach, and I wanted to take a minute to share my transformation with Costa during a very challenging time in my life. So a couple of months ago, I was in a very, very dark place, probably the darkest place I have ever been in my entire life. It's sort of like I felt like my whole world around me had shattered, and it was a pretty tough time for me at the time. And I was going through a lot, and there was so many emotions coming up for me. I was really spiraling, a lot of heavy, dense energies, and having Costa on speed dial for 2 months was truly godsend. The way that he held the frequency and the space of just safety and security, and really holding that frequency of love and compassion, allowed me to let go of what was no longer serving me energetically, emotionally, vibrationally. And it was truly such a blessing to have somebody there guide me through that and just hold the frequency at such an unwavering level that I had no choice but to rise into that frequency and match it. It was also amazing because during this crisis time in my life, there were a lot of things that I needed to navigate in the 3D. So emotionally, shifting things was one thing, but then actually navigating what was going on in the 3D was another thing. And so having Costa there to guide me back to self so that I can make decisions from clarity, from that place of empowerment, versus being a victim, versus feeling vulnerable, which is how I was feeling sometimes, and making decisions from there are not necessarily decisions that are in alignment with, what we truly want and truly prefer. So it was just such a blessing to have him there, guide me back to my true self and who I really am, so that as I was navigating through the 3D, I was able to really pause when I needed to pause, take time out when I needed to take time out, and then make decisions from an empowered place. In tandem with really looking at my stuff, really looking at my patterns, really taking my power back and becoming the best version of myself, and using what was going on in my 3D reality as a way to really get clear about what I prefer, as a way to release what no longer serves me. And just having Costa there every step of the way was, the biggest gift I gave myself. And now I'm in a completely different place. Like, what I can say is circumstances really don't matter. And when you're in it, when you're in the muck, it can feel so hard sometimes, and you can spiral and you can't think clearly. And to have somebody there hold the light, and allow you to come back to your true self, and allow you to have, these incredible shifts is the biggest gift you can give to yourself. So like for me, I'm all about the acceleration and the growth. Like what I accomplished in these last 2 months takes people lifetimes and decades. And I was like, no, I'm ready to clear all this now. Like now. I'm ready to do it like now. And I just went all in, and Costa was just guiding me every step of the way. And it was truly amazing. I am so appreciative of you, Costa. I love you. Just thank you so much. Here I am, completely new person. And, my life was very different 2 months ago. The stuff that I'd manifested in the 3D was truly sort of, you could say, crisis. And now I'm in a place where that has done a 180, where my 3D reality is completely different from just where I was 2 months ago, because I did the inner work and I had beautiful Costa guide me and assist me with that. So thank you, Costa. I love you. I will never forget this experience. It's also my biggest lesson and my biggest growth, going from the extreme and polarity wise, going from darkness to the light, like the real extreme of darkness, then going to the opposite of that. And stabilizing myself from within has just been the biggest gift I could give to myself. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. And, I'm actually now, when I look back at everything, I'm like, it was such a blessing, and I wouldn't change a single thing. And I highly recommend coaching with Costa if you want things to shift quickly. If you're ready to really go all in with yourself and do what needs to be done, This doesn't take time. This work of transformation does not take time. And Costa so beautifully holds that space, that unwavering space where, like I said, it's like, it's just so easy to match that frequency of what he holds. So thank you, Costa. I love you. And that's my story.